Jose Young's here at the MMAfighting.com, speaking with former UFC featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski. We're not used to seeing you at Fight Week, when you're not either saving the day or stepping on the scale. So what's it like being at a Fight Week that, you're not fighting at?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good fun. Obviously doing, still working. So, still doing what similar things that you might do Fight Week. Except, last night we went and had a few drinks. Usually you can't do that Fight Week. But other than that, it's good, man. I'm used to being in front of the camera. And yeah, I enjoy it anyway, so it's all good. And meeting everyone, seeing everyone again, and it's been a while since I've caught up with all you guys and everyone the team at UFC, so it's good.
One time when I spoke to BJ Penn, he said when he took some time off and he came back, he kind of missed doing the media rounds and kind of being on camera and speaking with BJ Penn.
Okay, yeah.
He came back and he goes, he was talking about timing and fighting, but he was also talking about being comfortable in front of the camera again and stuff. You obviously have your Cooking with Volk stuff. So how has your content creation life kind of helped you, during this time of not being in full camp?
Yeah, a lot, man. Obviously there's so much we can do. So we're doing a lot of Cooking with Volk and that. So it's easy to, while I'm not fighting, which used to be, that's where, most your purpose was, right? There's something to drive towards a goal, in place. So it's good to have the content. We've got some great ideas, doing some great things to keep things exciting, find that purpose in the everyday sort of life behind, around, family and that as well. So it's good. So it's been keeping me busy and I enjoy it, man. I'll just wing it. If camera's on, I'll just be me. It's it.
So instead of
before, it felt like I never would force it, but I mean, it would, it's just, you think of what I should say and what not. Where now, I'll just say, I'm very, very comfortable and enjoy it.
So instead of going to bed thinking about fighting, you go to bed thinking about cooking?
Yeah. I still think about fighting, you know what I mean? But yeah, a bit of it all. So we got some good ideas, obviously, with that concrete content that we did. We're going to be doing some cool adventures soon, fishing content, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that stuff gets me going.
Well, obviously here at UFC 304, so I have to get some of your thoughts on these fights. Obviously, the main event between Belal and Leon. And Leon reminds me a little bit of you, who's on this long win streak, finally got the title, and then he has to go right into a rematch like you had to do with Max. Leon obviously is rematching Belal, who's his phrases is "I hate Leon Edwards," which we've never really heard Belal use that. Say he hates someone. So what do you make of this back and forth with them and uncharacteristic trash talking with Belal?
I don't know if it's like you said, it's unlike him. I think it's more of a it's a main event on a big card for the title, you know what I mean? So he's probably all right, we need to spice things up. Maybe it's a thing where he's going to fire himself up. Maybe he wants to go into that fight being I hate this guy, I want to get him, you know what I mean? Maybe he feels like he needs to do that to fire himself up, and maybe he thinks he'll perform better that way as well. Could be that. But yeah, it's just, Leon's not really buying into it. I think Leon's
openly laughing at it.
Yeah. So he's just probably knows that, he's just doing his thing, whatever,
And obviously
part of the game. Again, Leon's been in the game a long time. He understands all this. So, yes. Definitely not the level of Colby Covington. So, you know what I mean? So he's probably just this is probably laughable compared to things like that. Again, they've probably got respect for each other as well.
And what do you make of Belal? Most fighters, when they say, I'm going to win, it's knockout, submission, finish, whatever. And Belal's I'm going to 50-42 you and just win a decision, which Leon openly laughed at too. He's who picks a decision as the way they're going to win? So what, is that strange to you too?
No, it's not strange. I guess he's trying to be as real as possible with it. You know what I mean? I think his best bet of winning. Submitting Leon's going to be hard. Knocking Leon's going to be hard, right? Let's be real. Even beating him on decision is going to be hard. Leon's very good. So I guess he's just trying to be a bit more realistic with his prediction. I think he knows that, it's not going to look as good if he's going, I'm going to go out there and knock him out in the first round. People just be like, all right, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
And obviously,
you approach things a little bit different sometimes, yeah. And I remember I'm going to tell you a little story. I don't mind. I mean, I get along with everyone. But we're doing a fighter's, what's it called? Fight reaction, so when you do the reactions. And I won't even get into it.
You just started the story.
Because it's a little knock on him because I just why are you doing that for? Because like I said, I get along with everyone. And we're doing this so like watching the fights, and so he was doing it as well somewhere else. So the production teams were trying to get us in contact. They must have gave my number. So he tried to call me, and I just didn't answer while I was there. Like my phone's always on silent, and but he just assumed that I was like knocking him, like, and wasn't answering his calls on purpose. And so he goes straight on Twitter and was like, "Oh, Max is going to flog you anyway," and stuff like this. And I'm like, and then I end up calling back because I've seen what happened. And I didn't see the tweet yet. And I'm like, hey, sorry, man, I missed your call. I didn't realise. And he's like, because it was FaceTime. He goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. Twitter's just joking." Or I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, what do you mean?" And I go on there and I look at it. I'm like, "You really got that salty and angry and because I missed your call and went like that?" It's like, come on, man. Like, so again, I get along with everybody. I've shook his hands after that. Like, obviously, I'm not holding any malice. That's why I didn't really want to say it. But then I was just like, "What are you doing, man? Like, try and help yourself a little bit." You know what I mean?
It's Belal, I guess.
I mean, maybe but good on him. I feel like he's maybe trying now. Not good him then, but at least now I feel like he's trying to play on that now. Because he even goes, we're talking about Ian, I think he goes, "Oh, more hated than me." Like, so he knows, all right, everyone hates me. I'm just going to run with it. Good on him. If you're going to go down that route, like, if people are going to act up, you may as well own it. Otherwise, it's going to get you. If you're trying to, I've been in a position where, because I've always been a people pleaser, and when people hate on you, like, it's hard to take when you're like you don't expect it. So you just be like, he's in a position now. All right, you can hate me, whatever. I'll just run with it, and I'll use that. Now I'll just say these things and get people stirred up and get people more interested. So again. But I don't think that was the case then. That was just he got angry. I didn't answer his call. I'm like, sorry, man, but fuck.
At least you didn't miss Chael's son.
You don't need to get too nasty about it.
At least you didn't ignore Chael's call, because then he'd post your phone number on Twitter like he did to Chad Mendes one time.
What was that?
This was a long time ago. I think it was Chad Mendes missed a call from Chael, and Chael took it so personally. He accidentally posted his photo or his phone number on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Wow, how's that? So it's funny. Like, you'll be surprised how many people will call that number. Not accidentally. So so remember when I did that cooking content? I mean, not cooking, the concrete content. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and because the reason why I did that is because my brother was there doing his own concreter now. So I was like, all right, I was going to go there and just give him a little plug, help him out a bit. So I decided to do that skit. So that's where we come up with it. Oh, right. And then the next day I'm like, and I told everyone, about the concrete and that, and then I put his number up. And then he rings me back maybe 2 minutes later. He goes, "Put that down, man, put that down." He's getting calls from all over the world. People are like, "Oh, no, is this really your brother? Is that really the brother?" And just going nuts. I'm like, "Oh, no, sorry, man, I put it down." And he goes, I'll just forward you to a page instead. So you could imagine how many phone calls probably Chad Mendes got.
MMA fans are ruthless, as Rob Whitaker said one time. But driving down to the co-main event, you obviously said you're a big fan of Tom, but Curtis Blaydes is.
I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan of a lot of guys. Tom Aspinall is definitely one that I've always had very, very high praise for, and I'm always saying good things about Curtis as well. Curtis is great, and this is still super nice guy. I think I've hanged out with him ages ago. We were even Gaethje and that. I think it was a real random sort of crew, to be honest. But yeah, like, it was ages ago. Random as in, well, I didn't like.
That's a random trio right there. You, Justin,
there was even more. Like, I can't remember. It was just, but we ended up going out and went. Reyes, I think Reyes was there as well. Dominic Reyes. So it was just like, So we went out, but I mean, he was a solid dude, cool dude. But I mean, fighting style as well, man. Like, that wrestling's next level, explosive power. But man, Tom Aspinall's going to be a hard man to beat. I see, the only way I can ever see him getting beat is maybe getting caught and injury again or something like that, you know what I mean? Because he's too solid everywhere.
And then two more quick ones before we wrap. Ilia tweeted yesterday saying, the UFC has forced me to return. What do you make of the use forced? That's what he tweeted. He goes, the UFC looks like the UFC.
Forced, I think
or Max. That's what it is. So what do you make of all, they haven't officially booked this yet?
I mean, let's be real. You're not forcing Max to fight. You know what I mean? It's, I think it's a common knowledge that Max wants to fight him, and I think he wanted to fight him sooner rather than later. There's hold-ups with that. I'm pretty sure there's hold-ups, and I don't think it's on Max. I'm not trying to pick sides. I'm just stating facts. You know what I mean? I've got nothing against Ilia, but you're not forcing Max in this one. Let's be real.
And one final one for me.
That's what I mean. Like, the way he approaches some things, I find it quite funny. Not funny. I just, like I said, again, like, yeah, I mean, playing the, I'm going to play the bad guy and do that and play the game. It's like, and then, like I say, with luck, playing that, and then, you end up getting the knockout of me. Fuck, it worked out perfect for him. That was great. So I was like, going bang. So I feel like he got everyone on board. I was like, yeah, but so now, you just play your cards right. I just don't feel like he played his cards right now. I feel like he's starting to lose a bit of that. So a bit of the fans that might have jumped on, but or maybe this is a big master plan of his, just stir it up even more. Maybe trying to get in Max's head. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you didn't force Max, and we sort of know this.
And then one final one for me, unrelated to these fights. I don't know if you saw about
I wanted them to fight earlier, right?
Sure.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
You're good.
I wanted them to fight earlier, so I can fight sooner, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not I haven't heard, but I don't, put it this way, anyway.
So last one, I don't know if you saw about the rule changes that they've approved. So 12-6 elbows would be allowed.
Is that legit? I mean,
so
I'm thinking that's not real, but is that?
So November 1st, it's going to go. All the commissions still have to approve it. So Nevada would have to approve it in New York.
I don't see why it's that bad, right? I mean, what's the difference if I change the angle a little bit? If I'm allowed to do this, I'm allowed to do that. Yeah.
They've also rechanged the definition of a grounded. You're totally fine. I just know we're short on time, so I'm trying to. I really want your thoughts on this. They've changed the definition of a grounded opponent, so you need more than just a hand. You need an elbow, a shoulder, a butt. So you can't kind of play that game anymore. Exactly. So what do you think of that?
I mean, because I hate people playing that game. So there needs to be a bit more of a clearer sort of thing around that, I think, for sure. But 12-6, that's I agree with that. I mean, what's the difference of it being, or 1-6 is fine. It's just fucking just let it. I mean, you're really, accidents are, too many bad sort of calls are going to happen because of that.
Well, John's going to try to appeal his loss to make him undefeated.
The thing is, I get his situation, where, mate, I should be undefeated. He was obviously beating the shit out of them.
Matt Ham was bleeding out of his eyes.
I mean, he was bashing him, right? But at the same time, it's I want to get that changed. It was illegal at that time, though. So you're not allowed to do it. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, but I mean, let's be real. No one looks at that as a loss. Everyone knows, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have to worry about it. Everyone looks at him as undefeated, hard to even be touched right now. So he doesn't need to worry about people worrying about that one. I don't think he shouldn't anyway, because no one looks at it like that.
Well, thanks so much, Alex, and you cut me off anytime, man. It's totally fine. I just didn't want to take up all your time. I just didn't want to take up all your time.
I'm not going to let you do it out. I'm just going to cut you off now.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, man. You know what I mean?